Come on in, pull up a chair, and take a load off, because today I'll be taking a first look at Dungeons & Dragons, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight from Wizards of the Coast. And we'll dive in right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As mentioned in the open, today I'll be taking a first look at D&D, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight in just a moment. But first, I do want to let you know, you have an opportunity to win my copy of the alternate art edition of the adventure. That's right, this is a Hydro 74 cover. And all you got to do is keep watching, and I will tell you how you can get into the running. So today, as I mentioned, I'm taking a look at Dungeons & Dragons, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight from Wizards of the Coast. This 252-page hardcover is arriving in stores on September 21st. It does carry an MSRP of $49.95. This adventure is for character levels 1 to 8. So let's swing on over to the other camera, because here I've got The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So I have to say, I have really been looking forward to checking out this adventure. This just showed up about 15 minutes ago. I have not cracked this open at all. So this is a first look for you and I. But I always look forward to the new D&D releases. But if you follow the Gaming Gang, you already know I'm pretty old school. And I really dig kind of fairy tale inspired adventures as well. This has been presented as a wickedly whimsical adventure. So this might be right up my alley. So I am looking forward to this. I had to laugh because I saw the back of the book, and I'm going to flip this over in a second. And I kept thinking, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. That just keeps making me think of Something Wicked This Way Comes. Because this is about a fantastical carnival, and sure enough, right on the back it says Something Wicked This Way Comes. So let's read what we've got back here. Once every 8 years, the fantastic Witchlight Carnival touches down on your world, bringing joy to one settlement after the next. Its owners, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, know how to put on a good show. But there's more to this magical extravaganza than meets the eye. The carnival is a gateway to a fantastic Feywild domain, unlike anything found on the material plane. Time has not been kind to this realm, however, and dark days lie ahead unless someone can thwart the dastardly schemes of the Hourglass Coven. The Wild Beyond the Witchlight takes adventurers from the Witchlight Carnival to Prismere, a Feywild domain of delight. This book comes with a poster map that shows the carnival on one side and Prismere on the other. And as you see, it is for characters levels 1 through 8, which leads me to think that this is probably not super combat heavy, because normally with most Dungeons and Dragons adventures we see, these take characters usually up to level 14 or level 16, sometimes even higher. We've seen up to 20 before as well. So a few things I'm going to point out before we jump on in. I'm going to stay picture in picture up here in the corner, just cutting off a little bit of the page here. Also, we are not going to take a look at each and every page of this book. The reason why I point that out is because, amazingly enough, there are people who would pirate this book simply from screenshots of the video. Yes, I guess people just don't have much on their hands, right? They got a lot of time, I guess. So, do want to point that out as well. Also, lastly, this is a preview. This is not a review. I haven't looked at any of this. This is all brand new to me. And this is an adventure. So if you are a player hoping your dungeon master is going to run The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, I would probably recommend maybe tuning out, because you don't want to spoil all the surprises that are in store. There will be minor spoilers because we are going to be taking a look at the book itself. So I do want to give you a feel for what this book is about so you can make a pretty good decision on if you want to look further into this. I will have a review of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight sometime early next week. So I am hoping no later than the 14th of September. 13th or 14th, you will have the review up. It'll be up before this hits stores so you can make a very solid buying decision. So let's share some credits here because we got loads of illustrators. If I sat there reading all these names out, we'd be sitting here for about 5 minutes. But the writing credits, we don't have tons. So the writers are Stacey Allen, Will Doyle, Ari Levitch, and Christopher Perkins. All right, so I do understand that we'll have 2 new character races available to us and some new archetypes as well. So it looks like we're starting off with an introduction talking about the Feywild itself. We've got an adventure summary. It's saying well, here we go. Spoiler right off the bat. The main antagonists of this story are 3 hags who collectively form the Hourglass Coven. So discussion of running the adventure. Of course, we've got our read aloud text there as well. It's like we're going to have little sidebars. It says, as you run the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, look for ways to bring the numbers 8 and 3 to the 4. Huh, interestingly enough. So we got some tips for new dungeon masters as well. Some trinkets. So we've got, looks like a 100 entry table of various different trinkets as well. Here we have new backgrounds. The Fey Lost. We have the Witchlight Hand. So here are our new races. Our new races, we've got fairies and Hirngan, which are anthropomorphic rabbits. That's kind of cool. So we've got those for us as well. Though I got to admit, doesn't look like we've got a ton of information about these 2 new races. Maybe it's further on. Maybe we've got an appendix or something like that that goes into more detail about these as well. So talking about, ooh, look at that. This page is actually was coming out. Huh. That's not cool. So we got beginning the adventure. Some pronunciation. So we got chapter 1, the Witchlight Carnival. The Witchlight Carnival is a fairground of kaleidoscopic tents and wagons crewed by wondrous beings, including many denizens of the Feywild. This is no ordinary carnival. It uses magic to travel from world to world across the material plane, visiting each world once every 8 years and setting up business on the outskirts of populated areas. Cool. Like the artwork. That is pretty nice. So this must be the carnival arriving. So pretty sweet. All right, so I'm going to skip a few pages. Like I said, I don't want to give everything away, but oh, look. So here's the map, or poster, I should say. I guess it's a poster map. Just like so. This is what is on one side, I believe, of the poster map that we've got. It is attached in the back. We'll see that. I'm not going to pull it out, but I'm pretty sure that that is the map there. Very colorful. I like that. I like that a lot. So we get an overview of the carnival on this page as well. Skipping along here, we got some more artwork. It's pretty wild. One of the NPCs. A treant sapling. This, I believe, now I might be wrong, but I'm 98% positive this is the first 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure that takes place primarily in the Feywild. That's pretty cool. I like that. Jumping ahead a little bit. But as I mentioned, this goes up to level 8, so you can start your player characters off right at the beginning, level 1. That leads me to believe that this probably is not as combat heavy, or there's possibly a lot of possible non-combat resolutions to encounters and set pieces, because normally with an adventure with this page count, you would be seeing a much higher level range that would be involved as well. So we've got Kettle Steam the Kenku. All right, so we have Hither. Does that mean we have a chapter called Jan? I wouldn't be shocked. So let's see. Now we're talking about the domain of Prismere. It says, when the domain of Prismere was divided among the hags of the Hourglass Coven, Bavlorna Blightstraw transformed her portion into the swamp now known as Hither. It is a foreboding place, one where daylight never fully penetrates the dank mist that hangs over the land, and where cruel and mischievous bandits prey upon stranded and lost travelers. Interesting. We've got the Stilt Walker. We've got locations. Aha! We've got another map. Once again, if we taken a look at this, this has a real fairy tale vibe to it. I'm digging this. I'm liking this. Now, I understand that there are loads of people out there who probably are not big fans of adventures with a kind of fairy tale vibe to them. But I'm sure that there are plenty of opportunities to darken this up, make it a little grittier if that's the kind of adventures that you are into. Let's jump a few pages ahead again. Got Clapper Claw the Scarecrow. Huh. See, now I'm skipping ahead to pages that don't have any artwork. Oh, my God. Okay. So there is a chapter thither. Cool. All right. That's kind of interesting here. The Getaway Gang's forest stronghold is a treehouse. Okay. Thither is a sprawling fey woodland with a decaying core. With each passing day, Granny Nightshade's presence eats away at the forest trees and taints its denizens. The rot worsens the closer one gets to Loomblurch, Granny Nightshade's lair. Okay. Well, there we go. Luckily, I just am flipping pages to hit these maps. It's kind of weird. I really do like the art style that we're seeing. Oh, there's cool. An owlbear chariot. There we go. Squirt the oil can. Hey there, everybody. I'm Squirt the oil can. Once again, I know it's oh my gosh, look at that. I just flipped to another one right there. There must be a lot of these. I can't just be lucking out hitting every single one of these maps. Actually, this looks more like a location map. I guess maybe all of the maps have this style to it. Nice. Very nice. Moving right along. Wonder how many chapters we've got. How many locales we've got here. Oh, wow. That's pretty. The spider's reading a book to all these animals. Oh, wow. Okay. So I was like, oh, man, that's a pretty scary looking spider. And then I took a closer look and I'm like, okay, maybe not. Maybe it isn't. Oh, there we go. We got Jan. And it says, lightning powers the contraptions of Motherhorn, a mountaintop theater where the show must go on. Endolyn Moongrave, the dame of unhappy endings, presides over this realm, and her penchant for theatrics has transformed the land around her. Storm clouds roil, shadows take on a life of their own, and the air is filled with a sense of impending doom. Nice. So I guess this is a mountain region here. There we go. There's the map. Very cool. I know, I keep saying very cool. Sorry about that. I'm very interested here. Thankfully, well, maybe not thankfully, I have to actually take the train into downtown Chicago tomorrow, and the train takes about an hour and 20 minutes each way. So I am bringing this with me to read, kind of get a jump on getting that review done. Oh, we've got a tiefling here. I would think those of you out there who enjoy, theatrics and like theater going in your role playing adventures will probably have a really good time with this chapter, because I always like to present NPCs who are over the top sometimes, especially when there's a theater somewhere in the adventure. I always have the proprietor of the theater always talk like this, or along those lines. Sweet. So we have Endelin's Ori of Tragedies. Okay, chapter 5, Palace of Heart's Desire. Zerbilna's fairy tale palace sits at the heart of Prismere. On some worlds, the Archfey is seen as a fairy godmother of sorts, casting wish spells for the benefit of the lost, the forsaken, or the betrayed. Sometimes her wishes would bring happiness, other times despair. Her palace was a destination for anyone seeking their heart's desire. Taking a guess, maybe things have taken a turn for the worse, because it's being presented in past tense that she used to do that, no longer does that. So yeah, I guess all of our maps are this kind of style here, and I really am digging that. Very poppy, I guess. Very colorful. Definitely liking that quite a lot. Envy the Iron Lion. Oh, look, we've got more. We've got more like animated items, crockery. Must be friends with Squirt the Oil Can. So here's the upper level of the Palace of Heart's Desire. Aha, the end of the story. Well, we'll jump past that, but here we have Igwilly the Witch Queen. She must be a major NPC. We got some new magic items. The Chromatic Rose. The Pole of Collapsing. The Pipe of Smoke Monsters. I like that. That's kind of cool. Pretty cool looking sword here. I believe we are still looking at some of the important NPCs. Warduke. Warduke was an action figure back, late 80s, I think, if I remember correctly. I think it was like Strongheart. Oh my gosh, as I flipped the page. There's Strongheart. I remember it was like a pack of 3 action figures, and I can't remember the name of the third one. I didn't own them, because when they came out, I was a little, nowadays everybody collects action figures, but back then, that was more, for smaller kids, and I was already in my late teens by that point. So then we have our new creatures. So we've got a little bestiary here. Here's the Haragons. Well, but don't have any more information as far as using them as player character races. So we've got role-playing cards. And then we've got stage frights lines. We got a story tracker. There we go. Okay. For different locations, it looks like. And then there is our poster. Yep. So it looks like it's the poster of the carnival. Nice. All right. There we have just a peek, a first look at the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which, as I mentioned before, is arriving in stores on September 21st. The 252-page hardcover is going to carry an MSRP of $49.95. So, I mentioned in the open that you would have an opportunity to win my copy of the alternate art edition of the adventure. I'm going to make it easy peasy for you. All you got to do is, number one, be a subscriber to the Gaming Gang channel. And number two, just comment on this video and let me know what your favorite aspect of the Fey happened to be, or what you're looking forward most to in this adventure. Of course, I will actually randomly select one of those commenters, and I will reveal the winner during my review of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Like I said, easy peasy. All right, that is it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell. It'll not only let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also tell you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs right here on YouTube, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for plenty of tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you so much for watching. And until I see you next time, here's hoping each and every one of you get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang. Oh, you're still here. Well, while you're kicking it, how about subscribing to the Gaming Gang channel? Or seeing the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch? Or finding out what YouTube recommends you check out here at my channel? And of course, don't forget, get your geek on at thegaminggang.com.